This is section A of Eastertide 2, the second of two meditations on the renewing meaning of Eastertide. This one's called PROPHESY. Maybe you're watching this in the lonely, deep quiet of the night, or in the bloom of light as dawn unfolds, or in the full light of day, surrounded by birdsong, during this very beautiful and cool spring on this northern European island. As I've said, this is the second of two meditations on the meaning of Eastertide as we live through it in 2023. These two sections, the second meditation divided into two sections over two videos. The first is called Prophesy, the second called Setting Out. And what I hear in my own heart this year very regularly is this word prophesy, not in any megalomaniac sense, but just in the sense that people every day do this, prophesy to us. Peter is saying this, is quoting this from Joel 2:28-32, out in the square before the people. Your sons and daughters will prophesy, your young men see visions, your old men will dream dreams. And in saying and proclaiming this message of Christ, he's putting himself at risk of being stoned or arrested and dragged away to prison. He's standing there, soul naked, a vulnerable witness to the Jesus Christ who split Peter's being in two when he forgave him. As Moses in Numbers 20 struck a rock before the thirsty people, and out came water, as the side of Christ was pierced, and out came blood and water in John 19:34. Peter is proclaiming the dangerous belief that the world that they knew, the way they knew God, has changed, has become anew, has found its own Easter. Now, how do people prophesy to us? How do the young and old do so? How do all that are vulnerable and who need our support prophesy to us on a daily basis? Friends, family members maybe, colleagues even. Joel's words strike my own heart as I live the privilege of educating young people and adults. For learners and their teachers prophesy daily from the depths of their own experience, if their teachers will listen. So the Eastertide reality this year, as in any life lived abundantly, is one of change in us. So how do we live it with trust, with mercy, the mercy we give to others from the mercy we have received from the crucified and resurrected one? Let's start with mercy and then continue as people of Easter to open ourselves to God. In this new Eastertide journey in 2023, Christ cries out to us about his mercy, not about our condemnation or our wickedness, in case we forget that, as he says in John 6, it is the will of him who sent me that I should lose none of those he gave to me. Now, Will Young, who's been through his own journey of pain and love, suggested a very beautiful and moving word to think about: self-empathy, a quality perhaps of self-compassion as you go through your own personal life and as Christians, as your own personal Eastertide this year, looking back on your past self with its sometimes terrible mistakes and wrongdoings, with mercy and kindness, and yet at the same time being prepared to face a painful inward transformation so necessary for growth. And this could be one of the continuing challenges of our own Eastertide this year. Section B is called Setting Out. And I'd ask you maybe to like and subscribe, because that would make a huge difference. Thank you.